Welcome back everybody to another episode of Enderal with Wacko Jollard. And we're in the Sun Council area now. We're going to go and see this Constantine dude. This is the next day. And this is a really cool place. You know, you could sit here and relax, and it's nice and peaceful and clean and not as cluttered like down below. So we'll go, and there's my medium pack. I went and bought a medium pack from, can carry 30 now. My last one only carried 15. I think this will be a fairly long episode, so it'll be pretty edited, I believe. Hello.
Walk blessed.
Okay, walk blessed to you. Just doing there looking at all these books. Move along. I wonder where everybody is.
Unreliable. That's what they are. All of them.
Seems to be a little door there somewhere. Hang on. Yeah, I went and had a good night's sleep at the Dancing Nomad. I like the music they play there with
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
with that bag of pipes. That sounds good with that flute. That band's quite alright.
What do you mean?
This just doesn't make any sense. Why can't it ever be easy?
In the last stages of the disease, what happens before that, and how?
Hello, Mr. Firespark.
Now, if it isn't the prodigy, well?
You know, I've had this feeling that there's something wrong with Euro for quite some time. Long before
Let's hurry perform the ritual on me. There were problems in Russengrad.
Yes, I know. She's already told me everything. Good work, even though part of her report seemed to be a bit enthusiastic. But I'll leave the judgment to Aranthiel. He wants to talk to you anyway. Seems you've caught his interest.
Tell me again, who exactly is this Aranthiel?
Didn't I tell you that already?
No.
He's the highly esteemed, holy Grand Master of the Order.
Oh, Grand Master O.
Son of Lorius I, praised be his name. An old legend, risen from the dead, or something like that.
I know he'll be Grand Master A, not like Grand Master B.
Where is this supposed to lead?
Alright, well, fine, where can I find him?
In the Emporium, the last building on the left side of the temple. Just tell the guard that Aranthiel has asked for you, and they will let you in. Ah yes, before I forget. My dame Lucy has left a token of gratitude for you. It's your choice. Do you want a book, an old map, or a bag of pennies?
This Jacko, the commander of Delagar, who incited the conflict. What do you know about him?
Look, I better go and stick with learning. I'm pretty dumb over here.
Very well. Now get a move on. I'm sure we'll talk again later.
Alright.
By blood, and yet he made it to their commander?
Yes.
Learning points, I got him confused with memory points.
Whatever was necessary to gain him influence and power, he did it.
I got to the door. That's a pretty flash place, this. These guys live well.
Yes, it makes sense.
Transcribe verse 80 100 times.
There's a few bucks up there.
Can rain fire. Magisters never
And to send an
change.
entire division across the sea because of a suspicion is madness.
We
need to find out who set
Be able to sit in that and wash all your
this
muck
pig
away.
said that they were
Be
after
alright to
the
stand
things,
under that.
and if they succeed in getting
Invent
hold
something
of
like
the
that,
next
call it a
time,
shower.
then the Black Guardian alone knows how to stop the cycle.
That should be
The
bathtub.
cycle. Listening to you talk almost makes me forget that all this fuss here is merely based on some bad dreams you
Oh,
and your Nereid's
oh,
friends
gargoyles.
The threat is real. Deny it as much as you like, but deep inside, you feel it as much as I do.
Tila, you're a commander, and a commander doesn't care about feelings, but about facts. You have made this mistake before, Tila, back then in Kira.
Natal, the mission will happen.
Impressive.
I'm sorry.
You have a...
So, you are the prodigy everyone is talking about. Interesting. I am Teodor Aranthia, son of Lorius I and Grandmaster of the Order, and I'm honored to meet you. What is your name?
Donna Jallard. You wanted to see me?
Yes, and I will come straight to the point. You are here because I believe that you are special. Humanity faces a threat that needs to be stopped, and to achieve this, you are indispensable.
Oh, no. Not one of these. The world is going to end if you don't do something about it. So you're talking about the Red Madness, aren't you?
Among other things, yes. I do not need to explain to you that the present situation on Vin is chaotic.
Why
The
can't you
wars,
people
the living
do
dead,
something about it?
common people who are losing
Aye.
their minds, to name only the most obvious. What most people are not aware of is the connection between these events. You, however, have encountered it, as have I.
The visions. So you know where they come from?
I do. And I will explain everything to you. What it means, who we are, and what your part in all of this is. Come, follow me. Maybe you already know who I am. My entire life, I served the gods who ruled Vin, until their death 2 years ago. What you probably do not know
Why
is that
can't
the
these
one
people walk the
responsible
same
for their
speed as
death
me?
is my son, Narazul Aranthia. He hated the Lightborn because he believed that they robbed mankind of their right to freedom, so he strived to overthrow them. He found followers, formed an army and declared war on them, and thus on me, a servant of the Lightborn as well. It all ended in a battle 30 years ago, which Narazul won. He killed every single survivor except for me, and locked me in a dungeon on Nerim. I still do not know why he spared me.
So the Lightborn are really dead. If you, the Order of the Gods, acknowledge that fact, why do people not know about it?
Good question. Because at the moment stability is the highest good, even more so considering what we are facing. The rulers of Kira and Kile both made the mistake to acknowledge the death of the gods to their people, and the civil wars that followed in their countries are evidence of the chaos that such a revelation entails. Enderal is the cradle of the Order of the Gods, the epitome of theocracy. It is unthinkable what would happen if we confirmed these rumors. I am sure you understand this. Maybe when all this is over that will change, but for now it is imperative that we deny all rumors of that kind.
But you managed to free yourself from the prison.
Yes, after more than 30 years, when the death of the gods made the magic around the prison disappear. And during my escape in the northern mountains of Nerim, I also had them for the first time. The dreams.
Well, don't stop there.
I always saw the same glaring, terrible light. Heard screaming, and I felt like I was burning up from the inside. And above all, like a veil, there was the knowledge of imminence. At first, of course, I dismissed these dreams as the delusion of a man close to death. So I concentrated on making it through the mountains somehow. 2 days after my escape, I was completely exhausted, and I would have died if a former acolyte of my son had not found me.
An acolyte of your son? But weren't they your enemies then?
Yes, but he did not recognize me, and brought me to their headquarters instead, an old monastery in the mountains.
You're not the old monastery
The
in the
others
mountains.
were aware of my identity, but for whatever reason they did not kill me. Maybe because they thought that the death of the Lightborn had made me insignificant. I do not know. Still, even after my recovery, the dreams continued. At first I doubted my sanity, but after some time I told the leader of the mages, Constantine, about them. And he said something that I'd never expected. I was not alone. He, as well as many others magically gifted on Vin, dreamed the same dreams. And the more we talked about the matter, the stronger our suspicion grew, which has now turned out to be the truth.
We are not alone.
Dreams, they come from the same place. They are a shared memory.
A shared memory? You mean the dreams originate from a common mind?
The collective subconscious. Yes, I know that you can feel it too, and probably far more intense than we do. But like you back then, we were not able to make sense of the images. So we went looking for answers in the remains of the civilization that was before us, the Pyreans.
Thus the excavations like Rashingrad. What'd you find out?
3 things. First, there were many civilizations before us and before the Pyreans. Maybe hundreds, maybe thousands. Second, the history of each civilization unfolded and still unfolds according to a pattern. They emerge, they blossom, and at some point, weeks of their existence simply disappear.
We've got to stand here in the rain.
And third, everything that has happened in the past years, and which is still happening, indicates that this disappearance lies ahead of us. We are part of an eternal loop, a cycle, and our cycle is approaching its end.
Hundreds of prophets have predicted the end of the world, and it's never happened.
I see why you would say that, and I've felt the same way for a very long time too. But there came a moment when we simply could not deny it anymore. We began to study the history of the Pyreans more intensely, and the parallels were extraordinary. In its early days, the Pyrean Empire was split up by a disaster, just like Vin was split up by the Starfall after the reign of the Eterna. Also, the Pyreans had a ruling caste who declared themselves gods after the catastrophe. The 2 castes of the Sun Priest. They, too, ruled until they were overthrown. This overthrowing was followed by an outbreak of wars and chaos. And then, just like that, the Pyreans ceased to exist. They knew it was imminent, but they could not prevent it. They called this event the Cleansing.
And where do I come in? Where do these visions and powers come from?
Well, this is the reason why we need your help. Not only episodes of history recur within every cycle, characters do as well.
characters recur?
Yes, the Pyreans call them the emissaries. They emerge very shortly before the cleansing occurs, like a law of nature, an answer to the Red Madness. And I am one of them, as are you. While I take on the role of the ruler, you take on the role of the prophet.
So you reckon I'm a prophet?
It's just a description. Call it what you will. But without doubt, it is the truth. Your story matches the descriptions perfectly.
I take it this is the reason the Nemesis mages are here, isn't it? Fire Spark, Pig Ghost, Sharim.
Yes. Former enemies or not, both sides have understood the magnitude of the threat. The magical knowledge of Narazul's former mages is vast, as is the power of the Holy Order. Even though not all of the Keepers agree, as you probably have already noted yourself.
And what defines this prophet?
On the one hand, your power. You carry the potential to master any skill within a fraction of the usual time needed. I assume you have already realized this. On the other hand, your ability to look into the past, and therefore into the future.
Into the past, and therefore into the future? What do you mean by that?
Your visions are a window into the past. And as every cycle is based on the same events, it is a window into the future as well. You can feel the thread this world is woven with. And because of that, you can see things that have happened, and thus will happen again. This gift makes you indispensable to us, and it is why I want your help.
So what do you reckon we can overcome this when not a lot of people had failed before?
That is the wrong question. The correct question is, what alternative do we have? To wait and die?
Alright, I'll help. Okay, I'll give it a go. Don't know if I can help
Good.
much.
However, there's one more thing before the actual work begins. I want you to join our order, and to do so, you have to pass a test. A trial.
I knew there had to be a catch to it. Alright, what type of test?
It is the trial the novices have to pass in order to be exalted to the role of a keeper. Only the best students of the Squalor are allowed admission, and even though you have not been a novice, I want you to take it too. At this very moment, 2 novices are on their way to the testing grounds. I have informed them about your arrival.
Who are the 2 novices?
I have only a slight acquaintance with them. However, I know that they are both very talented and have been working hard toward the test. But see them for yourself.
Alright, where can I find them?
At the border to the Heartland, near the Whisper Wood. They will be waiting for you there. Take the Myred, talk to Signet Master Bartar, and hand him this package. And then follow his orders. Ah, one more thing. It might be self-evident, but keep your knowledge about the death of the Lightborn to yourself. I do not believe you can do any real harm, but in the worst case, path-abiding people will consider you a heretic. After the cycle has been stopped, we will deliberate upon how we deal with the matter. If and how we tell our people about it. But not now, that is for sure. Now, leave. The sooner we can dispense with this formality, the better.
Right, where is this thing? Everybody draws on me map, I hope they're accurate. I forgot how to use this thing. That's where the new two novices are, Morrow Tower, border of the Heartland. What does it catch to these things? Everything, gotta go and join a friggin' order. See you later. Rainy day.
Well met.
Monsieur, Madame.
Yes?
Huh? Can I help you?
Yes?
Alright, where do I have to go? Morrow Tower, border of the Heartland. G'day.
Walk blessed, friend. Where
Walk
are you
blessed
headed?
to you. Malthus is blessing upon you. I
Sure.
need a flight.
Where to?
Border of the Heartland. No. Since I'm might have to work with other people. 2 mile left. I go left down the road. I've had to oh, scared me. I've tamed it down to firebolts. G'day.
Yes.
Grandmaster B sent me. I was supposed to take the trial to become a keeper.
Oh, yes. You're the prodigy.
I'm not
I was
prodigy.
expecting something else. I hope you're aware of what you're getting yourself into.
I've got no
Our
idea.
novices trained for years for this trial. And as much as I respect the Grand Master, I think this is naive.
Yeah, you're not the
In
only
other
one.
words, it will be dangerous. Be aware of that.
Like the Grandmaster put it, I don't seem to have much choice if I want to keep living.
How selfless of you. But as you wish. Then it seems I'm granted the extraordinary honor of exalting the first pathless in the history of the Order to a keeper. The others will scream for joy.
Yeah.
Give me the package the Grandmaster gave you, and say hello to your new comrades.
Here's
I have to go prepare something.
Here's the latest edition of the naughty books. And 2 novices at the Heartland border. So what do you expect me to do now?
What is it?
Oh, I was
Talk to
supposed to...
Kalia and Dunwar. I will be with you in a second.
Oh, look, there's a bush turkey. Get away from Claire, you're dead. Alright. Excuse me, sorry.
What?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
You're our
I'm
unexpected
Wacko.
addition, aren't you?
Yeah.
The prodigy?
Mm-hmm. That's me.
Interesting. I'm Kalia Sakaresh, by my path novice and aspirant to the first sigil. I've been told what you did in Old Rashengrad, that you saved the excavations and fought back the mercenaries all on your own.
Oh, I
An
had a little bit of
astonishing
help.
feat, truly. You have my respect for that.
Had a little help from this really nice lady. Had a lovely bunch of coconuts. So, saved the excavations, yes, but the people from your order were dead already.
I know, but you tried. You know, I'm really curious as to what the mercenaries thought they were doing. Someone willing to attack the Holy Order is either extremely powerful or extremely naive. Anyway, it's been an honor to meet you in person. Let's talk later.
Great. What are we doing? You're going to sit down and, oh, you're taking the lazy way. She's doing it the proper way. Hello.
I don't want to hear it.
What's your problem, pal?
You're prattling. I don't want to hear it. Just shove off.
As you wish, princess.
Heretics.
All right.
All right, enough of the chatter. Come here. Here. These potions will be necessary later, so be careful with them. Apart from that, it's still a few miles to the ritual place. As you're all gifted with magic, the spores in the forest ahead will make you a little dizzy, but we won't stay for long. Any questions?
Spores? What are you talking about?
Long story. Simply put, they
bring me
come
up.
from a special kind of mushroom that has infested this forest,
Oh,
and
I heard
staying
about
near
that.
them worsens the arcanist's fever. So, in case you're thinking about exploring further, take some magical protection and some ambrosia with you.
I heard about those spores. I know all about them. All right, let's go.
Good. Stay close to me. But it's too late for that now. Korek would have conquered the city. Instead, you will be ashamed.
Oh, this is pretty good stuff. Hey, you don't mind if I collect some flowers while we're on the way?
So this is the Whispering Forest. Fascinating. I've read a lot about it, but never actually seen it.
Poor thing. My brothers and I have seen the border countless many times before. But I bet you know
Wow, what a
Undercity's rat holes instead.
More of them.
Careful.
I'm too old for this.
I think I'm a pretty bad shot. Pus beetle. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, this arcane sickness.
There.
Oh, what?
More of them. Wait, do you see that?
Yes, that man. What is he doing?
I don't dare use my firebolt stuff.
He shouldn't be here. No merchant in his right mind would voluntarily travel through the Whispering Forest. We'll go take a look at him. Stay ready.
Have I fired on the old man? Huh.
She's with me now. Forever.
Kirosh!
What in? You there? Who are you? And what are you doing here?
She's with me now. Forever.
What are you, deaf? Identify yourself.
His eyes. Master, this is the Red Madness.
Shit, of course.
Grandmaster B.
You will put away that pickaxe right now,
Oh,
my sir,
jeez,
and then get on your knees.
Press the wrong button
She
again.
wanted to leave.
There's a
Don't you
bloodstained
understand?
cabbage. Oh, look at
She
that.
wanted to leave me. Just like that.
This is
But now, she will stay. She promised.
Oh,
By the righteous path! Have you lost your mind?
I just want to search him to
The
see if
same
this.
thing,
It wasn't
damn
me.
it. Did you forget what Magister Yarrow did to the novices? This man could have attacked us at any moment. This.
More of
You're not being fair, Master. I was only protecting us.
you behaved like an idiot, and not for the first time.
Eh?
Ignore that fact due to your religious commitment and your bloodline. I get that. But if something like this ever happens again, you will be suspended from the rites and will spend the rest of your life polishing prayer banks in the sanctum.
Who are you talking to?
Make myself clear.
Who are you talking to?
There.
Do I make myself clear?
Who are you speaking to?
You do, Master.
Hello?
And I beg your forgiveness for my offense.
Granted.
Dick.
Now let's push on. We will take care of the body after the ritual.
Princess Dick. I collect flowers for my, I put them in, press them between books. Pages. Ooh.
Here it is. The first foothold. This is where Malthus's vassals erected their first camp. So behave yourselves accordingly.
Where Malthus
You
had an
too,
erection.
Prodigy.
Auto-saving. Where's everybody else? Tony, come on, princess.
Well then, before we start, there's something I need to tell you. Something,
Oh, not again.
important.
I'm stuck in one spot.
The rumors concerning the deaths of the Lightborn. They're true.
Oh, really? No, that's all
The
bad
gods
news.
are dead. They fell 2 winters ago beneath the sword of an unknown traveler.
I've already sold that to the local
That
newspapers.
is, the Order, have known about this for quite some time now, but haven't told the common people yet. But since the three of you intend to take the trial, there's no way to disguise the truth anymore.
But
I need
how
more
can
gods.
a god die?
There was a prophecy, as old as the Lightborn themselves, in which there was talk of a shadow god, who would end the era of gods. And
That's me.
it came true. I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
You're telling us that the gods have been killed, and you are sorry. What's next? That tomorrow the sun will stop shining? Tell us that this is a test, Master. It is, isn't it? A test of our faith.
Yeah, no, not shitting you.
No, the Lightborn are dead.
Yeah, that's true,
But
princess.
hard as it may be to accept, we cannot afford to fall into a spiritual
heck is
crisis
we?
right now.
The Order of the Gods. Malthus's order was created to protect the Lightborn. And if what you're saying, this blasphemy is true, then we're meaningless. We failed, don't you see that?
We need some more gods.
Oh, by the Black Guardian, I just can't believe it.
And though I shan't be seen, thou shalt live by my virtue.
Yeah.
3rd Revelation, verse 137.
Yeah, know your
I know it's
verses,
hard, though,
princess.
Michael. If this is true, we have to show strength and keep on believing in what the Lightborn stood for.
That's
Which
right.
is the idea of peace and...
Oh, just shut your mouth, Sakaresh. If anything, you lowborn scum are living proof that the Order is going downhill.
Princess,
Do you
watch your
really
mouth.
think I don't know about the village. You're a damned witch, and if this were the old times, you would have been crucified long time ago.
You don't mean that, Dunmore.
Drop it, for heaven's sake. We're all on the same side here.
Don't like you.
No, we are not. This wench doesn't have any right to wear
lay
the
off
white
her.
robes. And if you would spend more time with the holy scriptures instead of your brandy bottle, you would see it as well. But no, you just...
Shut up! I swear to you, one more word and you will wish that I just suspended you.
Yeah, princess.
No buts.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
You caused all this trouble. Who's that?
I hope so.
Who by
for
Malthus
your
do you think
sake.
you are?
Just be glad that this is a time when we need skilled mages more than ever. Just be glad. Now enough of this. Our demeanor defiles this sacred place. There will be enough time for depression and personal crisis after the trial. Let's recite the holy words. Thou art my light, my glimmer at the horizon. Thy name is my sacrament, and thy path I will honor. In life, as in death. May your light guide me.
May your light guide
Good.
me.
As you know, this trial will test the fortitude of your spirit.
I thought
Because
this was
this
it.
is what distinguishes a keeper from a soldier. What distinguishes a wise man from a fool. Keep that in mind. Now, drink the potion I gave you. You first, Prodigy. Let's hope the Grand Master was right about you.
Ugh. Skull, 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 skull. Mwah. Oh, oh. Oh. Mm. Ugh. Ugh. I think I've been here before.
Oh no. No. No, no. I knew I wouldn't be the last one. Did they also tell you the tales about the Keeper's spirit? They've lured you into a trap, you know. And you fell for it. Because you're arrogant. Just as I am. As I was.
A whining illusion, I expected. You're not real, are you?
Of course not. At least not according to your definition of the word. But then again, what is reality anyway? If I told you that you and your friend Sirius actually lie dead at the bottom of the sea, and that everything that has happened so far, your journey to Ark, the search at the Sun Coast, was only a dream, would you be able to recognize the truth? The answer is no. Because you don't want to be dead. Therefore, your mind will do anything to make you believe this entire dream you've had was and is reality.
Yeah. Oh well. Tell me how am I able to dream if I'm actually dead? Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't it? Tell me, what is time to the dead and dreaming anyway? The last second before the water floods into your lungs. The very last instant before it tears them apart. In your mind, it could be an eternity. A self-created sanctuary built from nothing but your wishes. But what's the point in talking anyway? You don't want to believe me. And I'm tired of trying to make you. Now leave me alone, before we make the suppressor even angrier. He doesn't like words. He likes the silence.
Suppressor? What are you on about?
What? They haven't told you about him? Oh, that's so typical.
Don't tell me crap.
The suppressor. He's the reason why we will be imprisoned here forever. And why we can't access our feelings and wishes. And he does it because he wants us to lose hope. To stop believing. And... you know, sometimes I wonder if that's exactly what we humans... what I have to do to finally be free. Give up. Detach myself from the dreams of the past. Who knows if there were anything else than phantasms to begin with. But no. No, not yet. It's too early to surrender. And isn't that what makes us human anyway? To hope? And to just keep on waiting for that one miracle that will end the pain once and for all? Yeah, I'll wait. And you will wait with me forever.
Don't think so. Hey, do you know about Cyrus? Oh, well, since I've got to find my way out of here, where am I? Oh, shit, I got no clothes. What happened to me stuff? What a rot. Oh.
What the? How did you do that?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you.
You simply opened it?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you.
That's impossible.
Hey?
All these years it's kept me from escaping and you just... Come on. We have to look. We have to look and see what's outside. We won't get far, but still we have to see. Come, lead the way.
Hang on, I want to see what I got. Got a dagger. If I'm going to be fighting with him, problem is, I've got nothing to recharge my, what else is in here? I've got no idea where we're going. What's that? They can see us. Ah, oh, not the dead people again. There's flame cloaks. Alright. I just gotta adjust my clock. Oh. Oh. Killing. Where's me dagger and crap? What's in these? Oh. Shit. Why aren't you doing anything? Right, oh no, sucked all my power out. Human flesh. I don't want any old arrows. I've got millions of them.
By the gods! These are the scourges of the suppressor. They want to punish us.
This is their entertainment room. Oh, they'll have something to eat. Get out the way, dickhead! This flame cloak's saving me as soon as I get in touch with it.
It's so cold. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to go after all. I mean, yeah. Yes, the cell is small, but
Oh shit, where's my
at least it's safe.
Come on. Don't I have any healing spells? Where are ya, fool? What's this fucking with down? No, there's nothing down here, is there, except dead people. Give me... Ugh. Don't push me. Just look up. Panic. Jeez, I'm glad I got this flame cloak over me. Hope we're going the right way. More flame cloak. Oh shit! I thought I'd flame bite on. That's where we go. Alright, bright one. doing now? I'm stuck here. Where have we got to go? Okay. Can't use can't tell which way to go. Ah.
Haven't we been here before? By the gods, everything here looks so similar. It's a damn maze.
Well, we haven't been here because we're setting off all these
should never
traps.
have left. This will be our doom.
Shut your mouth.
Oh no.
Have we been back here?
No. Do you see it? All the cells. They're all...
I turned it off because I was hopelessly lost in here and I'd have to save disk space. So... and I was, noticed these guys down here and I thought I haven't been down here yet. Another one of their entertainment rooms. Oh, that don't look too good. Hey, get out of my way, stop freaking pushing me into a trap, dick. I told you it was a trap. Don't know why I wanted that skull for. Or pay out, I knew being an idiot. Right, we came down here. So we have to go here. I've been lost here and I just ages. These strange creatures. Yeah, it's probably waiting for all this stuff to come squishing me. Oh, this looks familiar.
Oh no, no! Can't you see? We're back where we...
Oh, well, at least I got an axe to kill you with. Hey, what happened to my axe? Hey? Let's play a little game and I'll shackle you up there and I'll carve you to pieces and I'll have something to eat then. Hey.
What? Leave me alone! Suppress punishment. It will be horrible.
Must be a way out of here.
No, there isn't. Just look at us. Look at what we are. We are the damned because we are trapped too deeply in the past. And that's why we do not deserve freedom.
I just can't understand it. Who are you? Part of me or just an illusion?
Of course I'm a part of you, and you are a part of me. Isn't that obvious?
Stop talking in riddles, man.
You wouldn't understand. You're too weak.
I'm a blonde.
You always were.
Why are you so afraid of this suppressor? I haven't seen anything.
No, you haven't. Because you're blind. The suppressor is here, in every single stone, in every bone, in every drop of blood, and yet you are too blind to see it.
I think he lives, is this living?
But I should have known. I mean, what can you expect from someone who has killed his entire family? I followed you because for a brief moment, you made me want to believe, and now you've dragged me into the abyss along with you.
Shouldn't believe anybody that's a mass murderer, especially someone who kills his family. I'd have taken you for a ride. Here.
Oh, well. So you figured it out?
Yes.
I am what keeps you in this place. But was it blind rage that made you act, or have you truly understood who I am? Have you understood what drives you and determines your actions? The salt corrodes your skin, and the water filling your lungs is cold. But you still haven't found it, child, have you?
Oh, first time I feel like I've slept in the bed since I've been here. Oh, look, I've got clothes on. My hair, I haven't seen my hair for a long time. Hey, Jasper's here. Who's this guy? Hey, Jasper.
Oh, hey. Good to see you awake.
Huh?
How are you feeling?
Didn't you catch that boat? I thought you were leaving on the ship. Weren't you supposed to be going to wherever? Where are the others? Dunwar, Scalia, Master, Bata?
Good question. The room was empty when I came here. Actually, that's quite weird now that you mention it. The entire temple seemed kind of deserted. Bit, probably a ceremony or something like that. Now, tell me, how are you holding up? I heard this trial's quite the feat. Apparently some of the novices never wake up again.
Well, a bit tired. Oh. Fine, I guess. Where are we?
In the temple. The curarium, to be precise.
Curarium?
You were brought here when you were traveling with that Ixon guy. I think the others are already awake.
What
but I
Ixon
didn't want to
guy?
leave you here, so I thought I'd just stay. I mean,
What?
hey, you are a keeper of the first sigil now, aren't you? I
What
believe
Ixon?
congratulations are in order.
Oh. Okay, tough.
Don't mention it. Bad, though, that this keeperness won't get you anywhere. Do you know why? Because you're pathetic. Simply pathetic.
Last time someone said that to me, I'd burn him on a crucifix. Excuse me?
I said you are pathetic. At first we believed it would be more exciting this time. But now that we've seen the new prophet, our hopes are gone.
You're possessed.
You're a joke.
A nobody who let his only friend kick the bucket.
As if you'd ever accept that. You humans are always so
Accept
damn
us?
persistent, aren't you? Why? Why can't you just let
I'm
go?
not a human.
Because in the end, you are powerless, just as all those before you.
I
And
had the
you,
hots for you.
prophet,
Now you
are
hate
the
me.
biggest joke of all.
I like
You
ladies
are
with short
nothing but
hair.
an urchin.
A weakling.
I don't like you.
And a murderer.
Well, we all know that.
And that is why you will burn.
Uh-oh. This is my conscience.
Cleansing will happen, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Have I finally gone insane? So you're the ones behind it, aren't you? Why are you doing this? What have we done to you?
What have you done to us? You are so naive. The world is an interplay of cause and effect, and the only logical consequence of your existence is annihilation. That's the way it was, and that's the way it's going to be. But enough of the banter, urchin. We wanted to meet you, and so we did, even though the result is rather sobering. Now wake up. Keep on stumbling through the mist.
God, you sound like my parents. Ugh, I'm getting out of bed again. Oh, Celia.
Thank Malphus. I was starting to think I was the only one. How are you? You look exhausted.
Alright, I suppose. Thanks for asking.
Then you have a remarkable constitution. Usually the after effects of the potion last for days. But it's good to see the Grandmaster was right after all. I woke up just a few hours earlier, and he was here in the meantime. He didn't doubt for a single second that you would make it. But I suppose mutual congratulations are in order. We made it. We passed the trial.
So I suppose we're a keeper now. We're keepers.
Almost, yes. All that is left to do is to take the oath, and then Grandmaster Aranthiel will exalt us to the keepers of the first sigil. Speaking of whom, he also told me some things while you were asleep. About the Pyreans, about these dreams, and of course, about this cycle. This is so bizarre, really. At first we're told out of nowhere that the gods have died, and now humanity is on the brink of extinction. This is a lot to take in.
Oh, I'd like to take you out. Oh, I figured that. But where do you make all of this? That some cycle, this cleansing.
Hard to say. I never had those dreams the Grandmaster talked about, even though I'm magically gifted. But then again, I always had the feeling that the Red Madness was more than an ordinary disease. Well, I suppose all of this explains a lot. At least now I can understand why the Grandmaster was willing to break all the traditions of the Order just to get you exalted to be a keeper. According to him, most of our battle against the cycle will stand or fall with you.
Oh no. I could say the same with conviction as him, to be honest. Oh no. So what's the next step?
Well, as I said, we both have to take the Holy Oath. You should talk to the Grandmaster as soon as you're ready. He's waiting for you in the Emporium.
We both? What about Princess Dunwar?
Right, Dunwar. The apothecary examined him about an hour ago, and it doesn't look good. It's likely that he'll never wake up again.
Ha 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 ha. Maybe a little self-control would have done him some good.
He was impulsive, yes. But to some extent, I can understand why he was the way he was.
Yeah.
You know, Dunwar was one of those people who tried to gild their insecurity with boastful behavior. The reality is that he was the last of his bloodline, and his faith in the path and his destiny as a keeper were all that he had left. And who knows? Maybe he would have been a great help to the Order with the right guidance. But I guess Master Bartar's revelation was just too much for him. It's hard to be told that everything you've lived for was a lie.
You don't seem... Oh, I'd like to get to know her better. You don't seem to be too shaken up all over this. The death of the Lightborn, I mean.
Well, maybe I just don't show it as much. But yes, in a way, you're probably right. I suppose that's mainly due to the fact that to me, as opposed to Dunwar, the Order always stood for an idea. And an idea doesn't die with the one who first thought of it. Funny that the Grandmaster said nearly the same thing during the Exaltation. Dunwar would have considered it blasphemy.
Interesting thought, though. But speaking of Princess Dunwar, what was that thing at the ritual place all about when he called you a witch?
I knew the question would come eventually. I suppose the answer depends on whether you're in the mood for some gloomy talk. Sooner or later you'll hear it from someone else anyway, so why not from me first?
Whoa. Well, I wouldn't have asked if I weren't interested in you, Talia.
As you wish. Where should I start? Maybe with the fact that I don't remember anything that happened before my 6th winter. I don't know where I was born, and I never got to know my parents.
You don't remember? How come?
I wish I knew.
Barefoot.
What I do know, though, is that the first memory I have is of waking up in the middle of some village. It was dark, and I felt dizzy and, I don't know, empty? That's probably the best way to describe it. I eventually found the strength to get up and look around, and, well, that's when I realized what was actually going on around me.
What was that?
The entire village. It had been destroyed.
Oh.
There were corpses everywhere. Men, women, children. And the houses had been crushed as if some mad god had rampaged through the streets there. And it had all just happened hours before because the destruction was still fresh. Whatever it was, I didn't have much time to think about it. As soon as I got up, I saw 3 riders coming through the smoke. One of them got off his horse, ran towards one of the corpses, and started screaming something in my direction. Then I felt a blow on the back of my head, and I lost consciousness. By the name of the sun, it's strange to talk about it like this. It's been so long, but the memory feels as if it had happened yesterday.
Well, I figured. Thanks a lot for trusting me with this. Must have been hard to talk about.
It's okay. Anyway, it turned out that the riders were men from the village who had gone hunting. They must have observed the whatever it was from the distance and ridden back to the village. At least I think that's how it went. I guess I'll never find out. The reason they thought I was somehow involved is that the village priest found me a couple of days before it happened near a shrine in the wilderness. Apparently, I was wearing torn clothing, and no matter what the apothecary tried, he couldn't wake me up from my comatose sleep. And it seems that made the writers think I was some kind of witch child, or unholy beast, whichever you prefer.
They really thought a 6-year-old could destroy an entire village? Pretty silly.
For you, maybe. For them, as simple people, it was probably the best explanation they had. And think about it, it's not that far off. A motherless child who neither talks nor breathes steadily is found abandoned on the roadside and has a strange mark on her face. They leave to go hunting, and when they come back, they find their village in ruins with that foundling child being the only survivor. You have to admit, it's not that much of a stretch, even if those men hadn't been superstitious farmers.
I see. And these men wanted to do what? Exactly, what? Take revenge somehow.
Probably. Truth be told, I try not to think about it too much. And actually, it doesn't matter, because I somehow managed to get away before they could do anything. I even made it to Ark all by myself, which didn't turn out to be much of an improvement in the end, because I was pathless.
Pathless. So they brought you back to the Undercity?
Yes. Thinking about it now, I actually wonder how I made it through my time down there. But maybe that's one of the advantages of being a child. You don't think. You just act. Still, the winters down there were cruel, and if Master Tyrus hadn't found and taken care of me, I probably wouldn't have made it through my second year.
Master Taurus adopted you?
Yes, otherwise I would not be here. Yeah. He saw me, and he knew what he had to do, is how he put it. Of course, the Order wasn't too happy about a pathless child in the Scuola, just as some aren't happy about you being here. But Tyrus was a highly regarded man, and that's why they let it slide.
So what's the Order so preoccupied about pathless trying to get into their ranks? It's not like we don't have our reasons.
That's right, we do, but we are both still pathless, and that disqualifies us according to the Holy Verses. I guess now you understand why I was never as connected to Malthus's teaching as Dunwar was. To some of the Keepers, I am still an outcast, and no matter what I do, I always will be.
Princess Dunwar. So, Master Tyrus granted you the Navigate?
Yes, and now I'm here. Well, here we've reached the end of my impressive tale. I hope you liked it.
I do. Well, you're not definitely the fisherman's daughter from the village, I'll give you that.
No, I guess I'm not.
So that means Princess Dunwar believes that this story about you being responsible for destroying the whole village is really true.
He does, yes, and he's not alone in his opinion. One of those hunters recognized me in the market my first year as a novice, and you can imagine that it was easy pickings for those who were already against my presence in the Order. From then on, they added names to the derogatory stares. Demon Child, Witch, whatever they could come up with.
I saw your skills, and you're the only one who made it through the trial. The way they treat you probably has more to do with jealousy than anything else.
Maybe, but everything I'm capable of is the fruit of hard work, though they will never acknowledge that. You know what's funny? To some extent, I'm glad to be who I am. That way, people just leave me alone, and that gives me more time to focus on what's important, on my goals.
Which would be?
Several. But I'd say that's enough of the gloomy stories, don't you think? There will be plenty of time for chatter in the future.
Great.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe. Okay, we'll talk later on a date. I reckon we should go and see the Grand Master B.
You should. It's already late, but if you want, I can show you the most important places in the temple before you go to the Emporium. What do you think?
That would be nice.
Good. Then get your gear from the chest by your bed and we'll go.
Oh, carrier. Didn't we have to go and stick all this stuff on again?
Okay, let's go.
Oh. Yeah. Quick little thing, aren't you? This is going to be really, really long, I think, this episode.
Walk blessed. All right. This is the sanctum. It's a place of silence and prayer, and also where we'll be exalted later.
Can we swim in this?
I have to remember that. Let's hope he knows what he's doing. Thou art my light.
Oh my. You just don't.
Where's she gone?
Okay, I think you've seen this place before. We call this part of the temple the Chronicum, and in here is gathered the knowledge of the Order, written down in books and parchments. Plus, all of the experiments and research on artifacts and magic is done here, so it's a place you'll probably see often in the near future. Ah, and just below the Chronicum is the temple smithy. You should go there if you need equipment. Over there, that's the Scuola and the quarters, where both the keepers and the novices live. There's also a training room where everything from swordplay to marksmanship can be trained and taught. You will find some skilled teachers there. Well, I think that's about it. You've already been to the Emporium, and I assume to the Eye of the Gods as well. I suggest you speak to the Grandmaster as soon as you're ready to take the oath.
Alright. Fair enough. What are you going to do now?
Prepare myself, probably. Now walk blessed. I will see you soon.
Walk blessed too.
She's the scarab, isn't she?
Yes, that's what she looks like at least.
Emporium is
But
down.
This was from Austria, just like that Messier fire spark and cold
There,
shower.
there. Well, I'm sorry if this episode's really long. I don't know how long it is because I've been lost. I had to stop it to change hard drives. I just had a slight oversight trying to find that room, and I went all the way, all over the
Bloody weather.
I went all over the jail going over the microscope thing.
And you actually believe this could work? It sounds absurd.
I don't believe I know. The mercenary, he might not be the shining knight of Castle Starsound, but he's better than most of your men. I want him, and you will need to convince your Truchessa of it.
Is that so? Very well, I will convince her. You will hear from me.
I hope so.
Prophet, good to see you. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel like I've been reborn, except for a really bad headache. I pretty well messed up journey into my mind.
You've never been in any danger. If I had doubted your abilities, even to the slightest, I would have never spoken out for you. In any case, all that is left to do now is to recite the oath. Then we will finally deal with the more urgent matters.
Alright, fine, I'm ready to go when you are.
The ceremony needs a little preparation, 1 day at least. Come back then. Even if it hurts to lose more time, the cleansing approaches. I can feel it. Just this night I had another of the dreams.
Dream? What'd you see?
People I knew, including you. But these people weren't themselves. There was something else, and it spoke through them. They mocked us and said our struggle against the cycle was pointless. It was peculiar. I believe that these beings are connected to the cycle. They must be the ones who cause it.
That's pretty interesting. I dreamed something like that before I woke up in a coronium.
You did? That is interesting. It must be related to our roles as emissaries. Maybe there is a connection between us.
You got any idea who or what these beings are?
None. Maybe they are demons or magical entities of some kind, but they are different from everything I know. In any case, if they are indeed responsible for the cycle, they are our enemies. That's what matters for now. Come back tomorrow for the ceremony.
About the cycle?
Yes.
These visions I have echo of the future. Exactly how does it work?
As I said before, my knowledge about that is limited. But if it helps you, imagine that it is a way of perceiving that which connects us all, our subconscious.
I mean, the place your dreams come, maybe it's a subconscious, collective subconscious of mankind.
Yes. You know, most people perceive themselves as an entity separate from the rest of the world. And while this is partially true, there is something that connects us. Dark corners of our mind, bridges to which we in a conscious state do not have access to. But you do not need to be supernaturally gifted to feel that these bridges exist. I am sure you have experienced it yourself at one time or another. A moment where you knew exactly what another person thought or would do next. People with close blood ties can especially feel that connection. Children and their mothers, siblings, and especially twins.
So you're saying that all humans are connected somehow?
Correct. And while most people hardly feel this connection at all, as if looking through a tinted window, to you, it is wide open during your visions.
If that's so, how come I have memories of the Purians? They've been dead for millennia.
Their bodies might be, but the traces they left behind still remain. Everything that was, everything that is, and everything that will be, it already exists in the sea of eventualities. This is the basic principle of magic. And time is not a straight line. Only the barriers of our mind make us perceive it as such. Visions, premonitions, dreams that become reality. These are all leftovers of waves from other eventualities that spill over into our reality. There have always been people able to read them, but none so good at it as you are, thanks to the Echo.
Oh well, okay, that's enough. It won't let me get out of the conversation. Oh. Alright, see you later. Alright, well I'll have to call this an episode. I was hoping to get the 8th and all that, but it's going on really long. And I would have had to edit a lot. Now I've got to redo my grouping in my NCN menu to get my clothes. and stuff happening and my weapons again. Yeah, okay, I don't really know how long this is going to be lasting, because I have to cut a bit out because I got lost in the jail thing. So and I started talking to Kalia and him. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'd love to catch us all back next time. See you later.